Did you know that the average US household credit card debt is over $9,300 as of the most recent data in 2025? And the average APR for consumers who carry a balance is 22.83%, which means that this same household paid over $2,100 in credit card interest in that 1 year. And this number has been going up given the significant rise in both the average debt balance and average APR since 2020. Carrying a credit card balance is an expensive way to manage your purchases. But what if you currently have credit card debt and a high APR, or want to make a major purchase and don't have the funds available? Does it make sense to borrow from your 401k to pay off this debt or to make a major purchase? Let's take a look at the advantages and disadvantages of this financial decision. When you need to access the funds inside of your 401k, you should be able to borrow the money very quickly, as long as your retirement plan provider at work allows you to take loans. They will usually require very little paperwork, which can be completed in a short time frame. The second advantage is that unlike qualifying for another type of loan or credit card, there are no credit checks. So if you are concerned about your credit score, you don't have to worry. Third, the repayment of the loan is flexible and convenient. Automatic payments on your loan will be deducted from your paycheck, and you have the option to repay the loan quicker with no prepayment penalty. Fourth, your 401k plan will usually let you borrow at a very low interest rate. This rate is typically better than those found on credit cards or personal loans. Lastly, when saving towards retirement, it makes much more financial sense to borrow the funds from your 401k than take a withdrawal and possibly pay federal taxes, state taxes, and maybe an IRS penalty. Now let's discuss some of the disadvantages of borrowing from your 401k. If you leave your current job or get fired, you might have to repay your loan in full in a very short period of time. If you're unable to repay the loan, it's considered a distribution, which is subject to both federal and state income taxes, as well as a 10% IRS penalty if you're under the age of 59 and a half. Second, you need to take into consideration the opportunity costs. The money you borrow will not benefit from the potential returns of your current 401k investments. Also, it's important to realize that many people who take loans end up not contributing to the plan, which means you can lose out on more money in your 401k as well as matching contribution. Third, you might lose your financial cushion. For many, they might not have an emergency fund set aside, but have money in a 401k plan. For those, it would make more sense to keep that funds inside of the retirement plan as a last option emergency account instead of using it to pay off debt or purchase items. Lastly, and most importantly, borrowing from your 401k plan could encourage you to make bad financial decisions now and into the future. Borrowing from your retirement account to pay for major expenses is usually a red flag for financial planners. It's usually a sign that a client is overspending, and if they use the borrowed money to pay off a high-interest credit card, the problem becomes that they will continue to overspend and rack up more credit card debt, thus putting themselves back where they started. Unless you're totally out of other options, most financial planners will tell you that borrowing from your 401k plan is not the best financial decision. It's a good idea to take a step back and assess how you got into this situation in the first place. Once you figure that out, hopefully it could help you avoid tapping into your nest egg in the future. After watching this video, if you realize that borrowing from your retirement is not the answer, what are the better options for tackling high-interest credit card debt? Well, here are a few strategies that keep your retirement savings safe. First, take a look at balance transfer credit cards. These credit cards offer an introductory 0% APR, usually for 12 to 21 months, which can give you a massive window to pay down your principal without racking up more interest. Just be sure to watch out for the balance transfer fee, which is typically 3 to 5%, and have a disciplined plan to pay it off before the promotional rate expires. Next, take a look at personal loan or debt consolidation loans. Instead of juggling multiple credit card payments, you can consolidate all your high-interest balances into a single fixed-rate loan. This provides a clear, structured payoff date and often comes with a much lower interest rate than your credit cards. Lastly, consider credit counseling and debt management plans. If you feel overwhelmed, a nonprofit credit counseling agency can be a lifeline. They can help set up a debt management plan, which often negotiates lower interest rates with your creditors and combines all your payments into one manageable monthly bill. Before you apply for a personal loan or a balance transfer card, know your credit score. Many credit card companies and banks offer free access to your FICO score. Your score will determine the interest rate you qualify for, and a better rate means saving more money. Don't go in blind. Check your score first so you know what options are truly available to you. As we discussed, the major concern when borrowing from your 401k is that it doesn't necessarily fix the overspending habit that got you into debt in the first place. For true financial independence, you have to stop the bleeding. So let's discuss 4 solutions. Number 1, build an emergency fund. The single best defense against surprise expenses is cash savings. Start small. Aim for a $1,000 starter fund to handle things like a car repair or medical copays. This is the money you use before you even think about touching your 401k. Once you're out of debt, you can build this up to a full 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Number 2, identify your spending triggers. A budget is just a spreadsheet, but financial independence is a mindset. To truly stop the bleeding, you have to understand why you overspend. Are you an emotional spender, buying things when you're stressed or bored? Are you trying to keep up with the Joneses by constantly upgrading? Take a moment to reflect on the feeling you get when you swipe that credit card. Addressing the emotional or psychological root of your spending is the key to making your new budget a permanent success. Number 3, create a zero-based budget. You need to know exactly where every dollar is going. With a zero-based budget, your income minus expenses equals 0. Every dollar has its job, whether it's paying debt, savings, or spending. Take a month to track everything, and I mean everything you spend. This will immediately show you where you can cut back. Lastly, choose a debt payoff strategy. Once you have your budget in place, you need a battle plan. Do you prefer the debt avalanche method, where you pay off your highest interest debt first to save the most money? Or are you looking for psychological quick wins of the debt snowball method, where you pay off your smallest debt first to build momentum? I made a video about these 2 strategies if you want to learn more about them. To kickstart your debt payoff and build momentum, challenge yourself to find one small recurring expense you can cut today. Maybe it's a streaming subscription you rarely use, or that daily drive-through coffee. Take the money you save from that one small cut and immediately apply it to your smallest debt. This gives you a fast psychological win that proves you have control and helps build the momentum of the debt snowball or debt avalanche methods. Once you've crushed your high-interest debt, what's the next step towards financial independence? You take the money you were using for those debt payments and redirect it to building your wealth. The first stop? Maximizing your tax advantage accounts. Now, if your employer offers a 401k match, make sure you're contributing enough to get that full match. It's essentially free money. So, do you think it's a good idea to borrow from your 401k to pay off your credit card debt? Or was there something I shared in this video that you hadn't considered? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, take a look at this other video to help you towards financial independence. See you in the next one.